Good afternoon, all of you. So today we'll continue from the previous class things. So we have already discussed about the publication ethics, various aspects of it, research ethics, various steps which are involved in the particular research program. And in every step, the ethical guidelines has to be followed very strictly. Then last two classes, we were discussing about the presentation of your research work. Because whenever you carry out any research, presentation is very important. We have to convey it to the proper fraternity, and we should get the feedback from the experts as well as the persons working in that field. So therefore, we can present our work either in the form of a oral presentation or can be in the form of a report or research paper, or finally through a thesis. So we have discussed various steps how we should prepare for various oral presentations. And also we have discussed about how to write journal publication research paper. And also we have discussed about the thesis writing. What should be the general way of writing the thesis? It should have the synopsis as well as next the various chapters. So at the end, I've just mentioned that at the end of the thesis or any research article, we have to give the references or bibliography. So we have told that it should contain the name of the authors, title of the paper, journal name, volume, etc., volume and page number. So for the various journals, the format may be a little different. So we have to format it into a proper way, depending upon the requirement. Like HBNI, if we are doing the HBNI PhD, so according to HBNI guidelines, we have to prepare the referencing. And if you are putting in a journal, sometimes they put the author's names first, and sometimes they put the title of the paper first also, and sometimes the year in the beginning, sometimes year in the parenthesis in the back, at the end of the reference part. So depending upon the requirement, we have to go on changing. So here we have used two words. One is references and one is bibliography. So first we'll see what are the similarities between reference and bibliography. So both these terms are quite similar in nature, but that is slightly different in the scope that we'll discuss today. So similarities are both reference and bibliography provide information about the source used in that particular document. In your research, whatever thing you have followed or referred, or we have you want to mention that on the basis of this particular thing, we have done this, or on the basis of our result, this result is similar or different, or that type of things. Those things can be included in the references as well as bibliography. They contribute to maintaining academic integrity and avoiding plagiarism. So in the beginning classes, we have told that we have to maintain our integrity, and also we have to avoid by plagiarism. So this step, we have to mention that exactly what are the references, what are the articles we have referred during that particular work, if it is included. So then we can tell that we have not plagiarized the work. Even we cannot take some sentence from the different references without mentioning their details. We have to write down the things in our own language. So there will not be plagiarism. So both reference and bibliography include bibliographic details about the sources from which we have taken the particular work, and we have referred in our particular research work. They allow readers to access and verify the cited sources. So if we have done on the basis of some previous work, so and we are giving the details, so the authors or the readers can go through the whatever we have cited in our particular work, and they can check that exactly what we have done and how it is similar or different. So this is also for verification. Both reference and bibliography demonstrate the depth of research conducted, because what are the gap areas we have mentioned in the first introduction part. So that gap areas has to come from the references of the bibliography, because on the what basis we have taken up the work, and also the depth of how much depth we have carried out the research work, and that will come in the results and discussion part also, because results and discussion we can discuss that these are the findings and these are the earlier things which is our work is different and it is novel. Otherwise, the novelty it will be difficult to access. So this will this references also give details about the depth of the research conducted. They play a crucial role in giving credit to original authors and acknowledging their work. Because previous to our research work, somebody has already worked in that particular field. So we have to acknowledge there and we have to give respect to their work. So this by putting the reference of bibliography, we give due credit to the previous work. And also both references and bibliography can be formatted in various citation styles. As I told that depending upon the requirement, the style can be very different. So depending upon the requirement, we have to manually or by various softwares, we can do the formatting. So they are essential components of scholarly and academic writing. So this is normal. Both reference and bibliography enhance the overall credibility of the written work. So if we have done, and it should be similar, it should not be similar to the previous work. By comparing with the references, somebody can understand that yes, the work is original in nature, and overall credibility can be improved by giving the references. Because just a few months back, we have sent one article for journal publication, and one of the author told that you have not done this type of particular work, and this may be earlier, this is maybe similar to the previous work. So then we have clearly replied that how our work is very different from that thing, because we had given that reference, but we had not given more details about that reference. So that reviewer has some doubts. So we have clearly mentioned that, but exactly how exactly our work is different. So proper referencing and giving the explanation, your originality will not be questioned. And also both reference and bibliography enhance over that we have done, they facilitate further exploration and study the cited sources. So by comparing with the reference, further exploration can be carried out. So now we'll discuss about what is the difference between these references and the bibliography. So references scope, it is restricted to sources directly cited in the text. And a reference list contains works that specifically support the ideas, claims, and concept in a paper. So here the purpose is to provide evidence for claims made in the writing and allow readers to verify the sources. So if you are putting a reference, the reference should be cited in your particular research output. Because if we have not given the cite, we have not cited in the text, we should not include it as a reference. So that is the difference between the reference. And the bibliography scope is include all sources consulted during the research, even if not directly cited in the text. So if we have not cited something in the text, because we are explaining something on basis of some concepts, we have written the things. But all details we may not include in our journal publications, but those details can be given in a thesis, because thesis is a longer version one. So if you are not giving those things in the citation in the text, so this will not be called as a reference, it will be called as bibliography. A bibliography provides works for background or further reading and may include descriptive notes. Because this is this bibliographic things are not cited because it's sometimes it is descriptive nature, and it will cover up the various backgrounds of the research work, because the exactly which we have taken the ideas, or we have compared with our results, or we have on the basis of the gap areas we have find out, those things we include as a reference. But some concepts or some details about the particular instrument that we are using. So those things we may not include in the references, but those can be included in bibliography. So references are which are cited in the text, and bibliography which are not only cited, it can be a background things also. So so we can tell the references is a subset of bibliography. So bibliography covers all the things, and references which are cited in that particular research article or research output. So bibliography purpose is to provide a broader overview of the research material used and may offer the readers additional resources for further exploration. See, because further exploration things we may not include in the particular research article, but we can, if we are including in a bibliography, so the reader can go through the various bibliography which are not exactly included in the particular research work, but there is a possibility of further exploration or future outlook. So this is the main difference between the references and bibliography. So now I will mention some of the softwares we use during various research programs. So here, as I am telling now about the various referencing. So the referencing, sometimes it is very time-taking and very lot of hard work is needed for referencing, because if I am putting the 60 references in a particular research article, then we have to format all the things as per the requirement of the journal or whatever way we want to publish, where we want to publish. So formatting is a difficult, formatting is a little tedious one, and also the numbering. Sometimes when we write down our, we make the article. I told that in various stages we prepare the report. So in the first stage, if you are putting all the references, then we'll make the numbering. And also afterwards, by reading, we feel that no, this should come after some time and this should come in the beginning of the particular article. So we do the changes in that particular discussions, and so the reference numbers will be altogether different. So that numbering also will be sometimes get puzzled. And we should not give the wrong numbering to the various references. So various softwares are available for reference management. So one such software is EndNote, which is a commercial reference management software package used to manage bibliographies and references when writing essays, reports, articles, etc. It is currently produced by Clarivate Analytics, previously Thomson Reuters. So here I have just given the EndNote 2025 version of that particular software. It is better to use the advanced version of the things. Sometimes we get the previous version also, that is also okay, but it is always good to use the latest version of the various software which are available. And here, as we are talking about ethics in this particular sessions, so the original softwares has to be purchased and used for various work during the particular research program. So here I have just mentioned the website of EndNote. We can get it easily from the Wikipedia, details are there. So how to use the EndNote software and how to do the referencing all are clearly mentioned in this particular site, and we can purchase that particular software and use for various referencing purpose, which makes the things very easy. So there are several ways to add a reference to a particular library or the particular article. So we can do manually, because earlier we all used to do the manual things. Now most of the students are using various softwares for the referencing. We used to do the numbering, and sometimes my personal experience I'll share. If I'm putting the 30 or 40 reference, I used to put the references as the 1001, 1002 like this up to 1030. Because if in between something will add, it will, because if somebody is checking, they may put this as a second, or they may put just now one addition number. So if I am putting in my own terms the numbering, So it will not get jumbled up, because with the numbers, sometimes it gets changed and we get the wrong reference to the particular numbering system. So manually people can do, and it's actually quite time taking and laborious. So we can use the various exporting, importing, and copying from another EndNote library, or connecting from EndNote. That type of software, if you are using, we can do the referencing. The programs present the user with a window containing drop-down menu. Drop-down menus are available from which to select the type of reference they require. That is, what exactly we are looking for from books or congressional legislation, films, newspapers, articles, etc., and fields ranging from the general, author, title, year, to those specific to the kind of reference like abstract, author, ISBN number, running time, etc. So depending upon that, we can search various things. Most bibliographic databases allow users to export references to their EndNote libraries. This enables the users to select multiple citations and saves the user from having to manually enter the citation information and the abstracts. Because during our research article writing, so one particular reference may be referring at various parts of that particular article or thesis. In thesis, definitely many times we refer the things, and it should not get added up. And also that this duplication we can avoid by using such type of softwares. Most bibliographic allows users to export references to their EndNote libraries. So this enables the user to select multiple citations. Some database like PubMed requires the user to select citations, select a specific format, and save them as TXT text files. The user can then import the citations into EndNote software. It is also possible to search library catalogs and free databases such as PubMed from within the EndNote software program itself. So if the user fills out the necessary fields, EndNote can automatically format the citation into any of over 2000 different styles the user chooses, because depending upon the requirement of the journal or the requirement of the institutes where we are going to submit our thesis, the reference formatting may be different. So there are different types of formattings available in EndNote software. So as I mentioned, that over 2000 different styles are available. So we have to just put the things, and it will automatically format all the references as per our requirement. And within very short time, we'll get the ready-made reference list. So EndNote, this type of software offers researchers save time, search hundreds of online resources for references, and find full text in one click. Cite while you write, while simultaneously creating a bibliography, and get direct connection to more databases. So, but thing is that when things are available in the internet, those things will be definitely get collected using this type of software. But if it is not available freely on the internet, so it may not be available. So sometimes manual referencing also will be required. So here in that we have to add the whatever referencing we want to include, and which is not freely available. And also this EndNote offers researchers stay organized, store and manage an unlimited set of references, centralize all references in one place, organizing with various tags, and creates rules to auto-organize as you write. So during your writing, auto-organization that options is also available. So we can easily organize whatever referencing we can do using this type of software. So this software also easily collaborates, share some or all of your library with up to 1000 people, and set permissions for access and editing. So it can be shared with large number of people. And also EndNote software allows to get published, quickly identify the best fit journal for your manuscript with manuscript matcher. So this type of option is also available. So we can easily match the things that where exactly we want to publish. So quickly we can complete our writing part. Next is the graphical or analysis software. And this Origin computer program we extensively used for various preparing figures and plots. The Origin is a proprietary computer program for interactive scientific graphing and data analysis. So various types of figures we can generate using Origin software. It is produced by Original Lab Corporation and runs on Microsoft Windows. It has inspired several platform independent open source clones and alternative like LabPlot, SciDavis, etc. Graphing support in Origin includes various 2D, 3D types of plots. So if you are acquainted with the Origin, you can easily know that various attractive figures can be. I'm not telling that just for exaggeration, but for clarity of your presentation. Sometimes we require 2D or 3D type of plots, because if you are having a 3-variable system, so it's better to put multiple variable systems. So 3D plots are quite easily we can interpret the result. So this type of 3D plots can be easily prepared using this Origin software. Data analysis in Origin includes statistics, signal processing, various curve fitting, because when we are doing some calibration plot and some plots we are doing, and a plot fitting has to be done. So a lot of fitting options are available, and statistical analysis also there we can do in the Origin. And peak analysis also we can do, like we can take our XY data to Origin and plot the things, and from there we can do the peak analysis. Like if you are, I'm from chemistry background, so most of the times I give the chemistry example only, because if you are doing a chromatographic separation of various analytes present in a extract, plant extract, so you will get different peaks at different retention times. So the peak areas will be proportional to the concentration. So by plotting, we can take the XY data from the instrument, and we can plot the things using Microsoft Origin. So this will clear from that we can easily get the various peak areas, and which can be correlated with the concentration of the analytes. So here also non-linear least square fitting type of things also is possible. Origin imports data files in various formats such as ASCII, text, Excel, NITDM, DITM, and various others also. It also exports the graph to various image files formats such as JPG, GIF, EPS, TIFF, etc. So the figures can be taken and it can be included in various presentations, as well as in the various reports or theses. So there is also a built-in query tool for accessing database data via ADO. So there are various versions of Origins are available. So you can use most advanced version, or some of the previous versions are also quite good, I feel, because sometimes advanced versions sometimes do not open in all the PCs. So sometimes those figures after importing to the different PCs, sometimes we get stuck up. So you just check that it should not get that type of thing. So if we are using a advanced PC also, we can use the most advanced version of the whatever software you're using for various your research work. First. Okay. Okay. Good. So this is the Origin Pro 2021 B1, and now more advanced version are also available. So I've just given that Origin to this type of things, various figures, nice figures, plots we can generate using Origin Lab, and we can include in our research to make it more presentable. So here it is written that in 2021 version, over 175 graph templates were available, and point and click graph customization options were there, and also publication quality export and batch plotting, that those type of options were available. So you can check whatever recent version is available, or you can use for various previous version also, depending on the requirement. Next is chemical structure making. This is mostly applicable for organic chemists, and or also applicable to various other scientific fraternity, because whenever we are doing a particular reaction or something, we are proposing that this type of changes may be occurring during that particular process. So we have to give various, we have to present the things in a structural manner, like organic compounds. And if you are having a biomolecule and or a surfactant, surfactant related studies we are doing. So how the surfactants are getting attached to a particular system, or the how the biomolecules is changing with different reaction parameters. So big biomolecules, if you are drawing, then it will be very difficult by other things. But there are simple softwares like ChemDraw. So all the organic molecules, biomolecules, and this type of structures can be easily prepared using this type of structure. This type of software. ChemDraw is a molecule editor first developed in 1985, and later by the Cheminformatics company. The company was sold to PerkinElmer in 2011, and ChemDraw along with Chem3D and ChemFinder is a part of ChemOffice suite of programs. It's available in Microsoft Windows also. So this is a very convenient tool for preparing various structures or figures which are mostly involving various chemical substances. So here I have given little more details of that ChemDraw software. So here you can see that your benzene molecule and other molecules and the various groups which can be added. So those options are there. So you just go on adding the things to make a final molecule. And also various 3D type of structures are also available. So you can do the very nice figure preparation using this type of ChemDraw software. So here they have mentioned that efficiency at its best. So very quickly we can prepare the various the figures or the drawings. Because I remember when I joined the department, that time most of this type of softwares are mostly not available. So what we used to do, we used to go to a draftsman and we used to prepare the various molecule structures. So it was really tough time that time. So nowadays the life has become very simple. So we can sit and we can prepare various complicated structures using this type of softwares, which are easily available nowadays. And also graphic editor we can use. And whenever we are giving some presentations, small graphic editors are very much handy. So CorelDRAW is one of the software which is good for graphics editing purpose. So this CorelDRAW is a vector graphic editor developed and marketed by Corel Corporation. It is also named of the Corel Graphics Suite, so which includes the BiMAP image editor, Corel PhotoPaint, as well as other graphic related programs. The latest version is marketed as CorelDRAW Graphics 2020. This is a little previous version, I have not updated, sorry. So 2025 version may be available. And was released in 2021. This is the previous version. The CorelDRAW is designated to edit two-dimensional images such as logos, posters, and it is available for Windows and macOS also. So if you are doing some logo preparation or some images by which we have to show the exact 3D type of figures we have to include in our research program. So this CorelDRAW is very much beneficial. So, and this CorelDRAW is also beneficial for formatting various figures. So nice output we can get using this type of graphics. Next is the various data acquisition and instrumental control softwares are available. So here I have just given one lab view. This is a laboratory virtual instrument engineering workbench. That is, a lab view is a system design platform and development environment for visual programming language from National Instruments. The graphical language is named G, not to be confused with G code. This G data flow language was originally developed by LabVIEW. LabVIEW is a common used for various data acquisition, instrumental control, and industrial automation. This type of softwares are very much convenient when the research is carried out for generation of new equipment and new instrumental things. Like if you are, I'm a laboratory, like in our division also, we develop various instruments which are useful for various analytical purposes. So if you are just developing the instrument, now that should be interfaced with a particular softwares. So if you are doing the software, so then that should be proper communication should be there, and also it should be very user friendly, because people do not want to make a lot of effort in the software part. But software part, this type of things are very much essential, because if the software is very user friendly, then it can be extensively used. And if it is a research work is a part of a company or a private industry, it will be much more beneficial, because more user friendly means there will be more sale for that particular things. Because whenever, because I remember once one particular instrument we have purchased, we had the purchased instrument, and the it was a imported one, and the software was very nice, and a similar type of instrument was developed here also, but it was that software whatever we have prepared, the data acquisition system and instrumental control panel were not very much user friendly. So I have seen that the analysts were telling that we should modify our particular software or data acquisition system, so that with easy access we should be able to complete our job. So this type of software are also available, and softwares also we can develop. So this is a part of research also. So laboratory LabVIEW type of softwares which are used for data acquisition and instrumental control, that can be used, or newer types of software are also very much available nowadays. And whenever you are using some instruments and we have to use this type of softwares, we can easily use. So this much only I wanted to share today. So in short, we can tell that in our research, we have to carry out the research with the following various ethical measures, and then we have to present the work to various scientific fraternity, either by oral and written one. And in that we have to use various softwares which will ease our work. So more time we can because thesis writing part, if you are putting lot of effort, then our work may hamper. So definitely we have to give emphasis on thesis writing or article writing. But if we are using some various tools or softwares, so that will make our life quite easy. So we can devote those time for carrying out more research. So more output we can obtain by doing that. So this much we will share today. And next class we'll discuss more about the various IPR related things. Thank you.